Hey you guys, it's Peter and I'm back! Beast! Of course I'm back, my fans turned the wrong way. Beast! Boost. Boost. It's like those crank up toys, the boost. Hey you guys, it's Peter and I'm back! Beast! Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. I'm YouTube famous now. And it's not just me that's back. Poopy 1, Poopy 2, and Poopy 3 are back. They let all three of those gals out of girls' school for the summer. Can you believe it? Oh my lord, those deviants. They have been up in girls' school for a good year now. But they called and they said Poopy to Chiffon 1, 2, and 3 would love to come home. I said, oh Lord. Better call a nanny, an au pair. Do you ever wonder why they called it an au pair instead of just the pair? But anyway, those aren't the pair, those are the triplets. And they are trouble. If you guys have kids and you're a parent like I am, I mean, listen, like sheep talk, back talks, and you just can't eat enough. I mean, in the summer, you got to keep the grocery. Are you guys like this with your kids in the summer? It's like, can summer please end? Can they go back to school so I can lay out by the pool just once without them screaming, come on, Mom, Marco Polo, Marco Polo. That's why so many moms drink gin and tonics and smoke cigarettes late into the evening. Anyway, I just finished doing my Wendy's mukbang video. It was so good. It was really good. People tell me not to moan in those videos, but it's so hard when the food's so good, isn't it? I'm like, it's really dangerous now with this fan because I love it so much, but I don't, like, it would be so funny, like, if I went to the theater and I brought this fan, like, as if I'm going to the theater tomorrow, right? Like, somebody's calling me up and they're going, would you like to go to the fan? And would you like to go to the, would you like to go to the theater? And I'm like, well, of course. And then you sit there and you go, oh my lord, I had another prop. Where did I put it? Where's my other prop? I have all kinds of props. No, I guess I don't. But anyway, it'd be like if you were sitting up in the theater and you were like this. Anyway, you guys are like, what's this video about? Well, it's a magazine video, so just get prepared. Are you ready? I was so excited to get this one. Although this is like the most tragic National Examiner, which you know I said I was never going to buy it again because of the Sheila Wood Friendship Club. But listen, oh my god, I can win $3,485 in puzzles and giveaways. $500! Do you guys know what that's from? It's from Roseanne. It's when they get $500 and Becky goes, $500! I love Roseanne. It's coming back unless you didn't know. But anyway, oh my god, Charlotte Rae. Do you remember her from Facts of Life? You take the good, you take the bad, you take it all, and then you had Tootie on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was horrible on that show. Charlotte Rae, she was Miss Garrett. I'm dying, but I won't give up. Exclusive interview. Right next to Lucky 3D Power Pyramid. I wonder if that's like those cash cats. I love those cash cats. Okay. But then on the top here, it's Loretta Lynn's crippling stroke. I was born to be a coal miner's daughter. I love Loretta Lynn so much. Breaks my heart. Siegfried and Roy, brain damage or whore. H-O-R. 14 years after tiger attack. Are they still together? My lord. And then the Golden Girls, nobody knew. B. Arthur, Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty behind the scenes. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. My heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Thank you for being a friend. Now, how many of you were just singing that along with me? You know you were, don't even lie. Barbra Streisand, Scrapbook. I have to say that if I had to go back in my year on YouTube and say what one of my favorite moments was, it was when I almost called her Tina Turner. I'm gonna call my good Judy today and go, hey Tina Turner, what's up? And you know, she would not miss a beat and she'd be like, I'm rolling on the river. Okay, but anyway, I will never put my finest moments ever was not when she was in Yentl. Look at her in Yentl. That was the worst movie ever, wasn't it? But I do love The Way We Are. Memories may be beautiful and yet. I get so sad listening to that song. It was my mother's song. But anyway, was when Tanya and I were going to the airport to pick our friend Liz, and we were sitting there at the gas station because we had to have those hot dogs, because Tanya always thinks that gas station at the airport, that Speedway, has the best hot dogs in the world. They were pretty good. But anyway, And she was talking about, we were talking about the Barbara Streisand station on Sirius Radio, and she was talking about how her one friend played the Barbara Streisand record. I think it was a tape cassette. I can't remember. Maybe it was a record, but they were on a houseboat in Del Harbor, wherever people go in houseboats in Tennessee. Everybody goes there. If you live in Indiana, they all go down there. They're like, oh, we're going to, is it Del Hollow? Del Hollow. That's where they all go. She's like, we were down there and we were just drinking and drinking and drinking. This is back in the day before my good Judy got sober. But anyway, and she was like, I had enough, and I took that cassette and I threw it overboard. And I go, and it was Barbara Streisand. She goes, voice of an angel, but you can't fix that nose. Do you remember that? Finest moment ever on my YouTube channel. Secrets of TV's Amazing MASH. I did not ever understand that show. I didn't really care for it. It's not my kind of thing. Pen pals meet after 42 years. Hugs and tears as Lori crosses country to see George. Decades of exchanging letters led to pen pals finally meeting. He was 15 and she was 12 when they started. It was my childhood crush. That makes me so sad. Ice cream preference shows the true you. Okay, let's see who the true me is. Here are your options. Vanilla, chocolate, very berry, strawberry, mint chocolate chip. This fan. Chocolate chip cookie dough. That's what my husband would get. Pralines and cream, Jamocha, chocolate chip, rainbow sherbet, Rocky Road. I don't really care for any of those, to be real honest with you. If I had to pick, I'd probably go with pralines and cream. You may prefer to avoid the spotlight, but your loving and supportive nature shines through. Now, my husband always gets chocolate chip cookie dough. Let's see what his says. You're prone to be an ambitious and competitive visionary. Well, I guess maybe. I don't think those are very accurate, do you? Let's see what vanilla says. You're liable to be impulsive and an idealist who's open to suggestion. I think that's life straight from the pit of hell. You know that the vanilla and chocolate eaters are boring. It's no itsy bitsy spider. Look at that. If that thing came crawling across my bread, I would go get it out now. I'm not like really scared of spiders, but I don't really care for them anywhere near me. Okay, look at this. Oh, Loretta Lynn's tragic last days. I mean, there's just a Lifetime movie right behind that whole thing. Life of a heartache and loss led to devastating stroke. Oldest son Jack's drowning in 1984 was a heartbreaker. Oh my God. Joe, is she still with Dew after all of these years? Now, Dew, he said, did you guys see, have you seen Coal Miner's Daughter? It is fantastic. It is maybe one of the finest movies ever on the face of the earth. And she's like, and then they're on the radio station. He's out in the car to listen. He's like so proud of her. She goes, now, Dew, he says, sometimes I get horny, but he just makes me a turkey sandwich. Loretti, and he calls her Loretti. And my favorite part, I always tell Alex, I'm like, this is how it's going to be when I'm YouTube famous. I mean, I already am, but when I'm really YouTube famous. But when he says he's sitting at their house, you know, they built because she had all the money from the music that he pushed her into doing. It's really a very tragic story. But anyway, and so he's sitting at home and he's getting drunk and he's just so tired of Loretta. She's on the road all the time. She doesn't want to be on the road. She talks to her and she's like, I don't want to be on the road anymore, dude. And he's like, no, you got to because we got car payments. I mean, that's not really in the movie, but I just added it in there because it's the truth of the nature. I swear, hashtag true story. But anyway, then all those people, they keep on looking up her phone number in the phone book. Why, if you were Loretta Lynn, would you ever have your phone number in the phone book? That doesn't even make any sense, not one bit. So anyway, but he answers the phone. It's all these girls you can hear in the background. They're like, we love you, Loretti. And he's like, oh, Loretti, she ain't here right now. And then the woman's crying on the phone. And he's like, I know you love her, honey. And he just sits back in the chair. He's like, I love her too. Oh, we love you too. But I love that dude calls her Loretti. My favorite part of the whole movie, and this is a lesson to all you women out there, right? Is when her lying, cheating husband is at the carnival and she's singing with Patsy Cline. Patsy! Oh my God, Patsy Cline, Sweet Dreams. That's another movie. But anyway, and she's sitting there and she goes and gets her husband out of the car. She pulls the car open and she tells Dew to get out. And there's some girl sitting on his lap. Do you know what I'm talking about? And Dew gets out and that girl looks at her and she goes, you don't know who I am. And Loretta goes, I may not know who you are, but I know what you are. Beast! That's exactly how you say it, baby. I mean, they had the chance to write it into the movie years later, but anyway. This really isn't so much of a magazine video, isn't it? But these depress me. By this time tonight, this could be your new bathroom. I'll tell you why it depresses me, because it's basically a handicapped bathroom. I mean, they put a little fern in there and all that kind of fixtures and stuff like that, but it just depresses me. Charlotte Ray's brave cancer fight. She looks real good. I'm going to leave things up to God, says Facts of Life star. Charlotte Ray turned 91 on April 22nd. Oh my God, that's a good life, don't you think? I wish I'd lived to be 91. It's about 50 more years, something like that. I'm not good at math and I don't have my glasses on. Okay, tiger attack nightmare. Friends say Vegas magician lost his mind since onstage mauling. Do you guys remember that? I remember it was all over the news. They are just so bizarre, aren't they? They just look like that Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Is that the Madame Tussauds? So weird. Anyway, after being attacked on stage by one of his very own tigers, it doesn't say very own, but I love that. One of his tigers 14 years ago, Roy Horn Wright is still in bad shape, and Sigfrid Fischbacher has given up everything to care for him. Well, that's what you do for somebody that you love. They didn't get rid of those tigers, though, did they? I mean, that's where the bread and butter was from. Okay, Post-it note pizza fans, generosity. Walls of Philly Eatery honor every slice bought for the needy. Did you guys see this? This was on Oprah years ago. This is an old story. This is old tea. We don't call it old tea. We call it fresh Dr. Pepper up in here. See, this is kind of like a twofer. You get the mukbang and then you get the Dr. Pepper in the back. I'll buy the next customer's coffee too. All these people paying it forward. That's just so nice. Oh, we don't do this one. Look at this. This person assaulted a chicken, sexually assaulted a chicken. I'm not even going to read that story to you. And why they put that person's face in the magazine, that's just the weirdest thing ever. Right over to little Grace. Isn't she just so sweet? She could be yours. Just put her in a little dolly and put her around the neighborhood, and everybody would think you were the strangest thing, but it would be okay. Baseball's Movie Hall of Fame. I don't care about baseball not one bit, but I did like that movie, The Natural. Actually, I really just like the soundtrack to it. Okay. True love. Readers tell their stories. My wife. Ray Kropatis found his true love on a date to the drive-in. Oh, that's so sweet. I do love stories like that. Oh, Golden Girls was non-stop cat fight. It said, oh my God. Anything really good? Rue, who played Sexpot Blanche Devereaux, complained endlessly about Bee's overbearing ways. You can't imagine B. Arthur being overbearing. John Caldwell, a close friend of Rue, said Bee, who served in the Marine Corps, should have been a master sergeant in the Army. She's a bitch on and off TV. B. Arthur? John also admitted in 1991 the four detest each other. Thank you for being a friend. I want to know really, though, about Betty White. John revealed that Bee, Rue, and Betty, who played the naive Rose Nyland, once got so fed up with Estelle, they tried to get her axed. Well, she didn't. She went on to go into that new show called Glass Castle or something like that. No, that was the depressing book. But anyway, something Castle, Palace, or whatever. Look at the overbearing Bee and her on-screen Sicilian mom, Estelle. The same thing bad about Betty White, better not. And Betty's refusal to stick up for herself stuck in Rue's craw. She's so timid, it's disgusting. Rue complained of Betty. Well, she's doing pretty good for herself these days, I'd say. So anyway, early detection on slow Parkinson's. These magazines are so depressing, don't you think? Let pets do go to heaven. Of course they do. Haven't you read the Rainbow Bridge poem? I've read it about 9,000 times. But I do think it's the saddest thing, and I don't like when I have a pet that passes away and somebody sends me that poem from Rainbow Bridge. You know what I mean? If you don't know the Rainbow Bridge poem, go look it up. Okay, even if your pets have never died and they're still alive, or if you've never even had a pet, it'll make you cry a million times. I'm telling you right now, it's so sad. It's like you cross Rainbow Bridge and there are all your pets, and they come running. It's so sad. Bible Museum rises in D.C. Okay. Oh my Lord, it's the Sheila Wood Friendship Club. How to become a senior model. Mature men and women are in high demand. Here are tips on getting started. I want to be a model. What do you think? Okay, let's hear what it has to say before we get to the Sheila Wood Friendship Club. Somebody asked me today, they said, why are you not modeling from your Instagram pictures? I said, well, I'm just waiting for them to ask. Dad's Sleeping Beauty. Sneaky Teen gives napping Pop a makeover. Oh, that's real cute. Anyway, let's see. Here are the ways that you become a model. This is not a clickbait title. This is truly how you become a model. Number one, first assemble your portfolio. Gather flattering photographs of yourself that show how photogenic and comfortable you are in front of the camera. Well, I mean, I already did that on my Instagram. I'm basically an Instagram model. Number two, research which agencies in your area represent older models and check if they have any Better Business Bureau complaints. Wilhelmina? Yes. I was going to go with Elite Model Agency, Ford, but I noticed that they have several complaints on Yelp. Okay. Number three, if an agency accepts portfolios, submit your photographs for consideration. Remember, if you are sending hard copies and would like them returned, write your name. 4, follow up on your submission with a phone call. Hello, Wilhelmina, I have not heard yet from you. Yes. Hand modeling? How much? If any agencies, this is 5, if any agencies have open calls or auditions, go to as many as you can. It's good to be seen and it's good to see and be seen. 6, when attending an open audition or if you're called in after submitting your photos, dress in neat, simple clothing. Here they have a little example for you right there. I kind of look like him. I could probably, I mean, he's 30 years older than me, but be ready and willing to take direction. Photographers won't work with uncooperative models who may delay shoots and cost them money. I mean, you do. You need to go in there and know all these poses, right? These, like... This is my favorite, the couture one. Do you know that one? You need to know this if you're going to be a model. I already have the fan. And finally, don't bother with modeling schools, which are a waste of money. Okay? Did you hear that? Those modeling schools are a waste of money. What was the one back in the day? Barbizon? I can remember all these girls I used to go, like, junior high with. I'd be like, what are you doing this weekend? I have modeling classes at Barbizon. Everybody knows it's just a joke. If you have... Lie straight from the pit of hell. None of those girls went on to model. But they all walk real straight now. If you have the right look, a legitimate agency will snap you up and won't ask for any fees or insist on required classes. That's the truth of the nature right there. We can even reach you a little friendship. Well, let's just pick one today. The one that paid enough to highlight it. You can see it a mile away. It's up in orange. Nevada. Arkansas. Nevada. If you live in Reno or nearby, I'd like to hear from you. I have a very large collection of old movies and old TV series that I want to watch with you. Watching all alone is depressing. I know, that's why I'm doing mukbangs. Send your name and address, oh my lord, or phone number and we'll talk. I'm 74 and I don't smoke or drink. Make a list of movies and TV series you'd like to see. I actually think that's real sweet, don't you? Single white male, I am in my 50s, never been married, no kids. I live in Beaver Creek, Ohio. I am a very affectionate person. Always think 100%. About what? Lots of hobbies and interests. Stamp collecting. Seeking white females, single or divorced, 45 to 65. I have a lot of love to offer the right person in the Dayton, Ohio area. Is looking for love in all the wrong places. All right, you guys. I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. Follow me on all my social media. Good night.